Marcus K. Dowling with the Tennessean. I just wanted to ask you in regards to the balance now. You're winning awards and you're also now rising as a mogul in not just music, but in business. So if you could take me into achieving this balance now that you're holding an award as well.
Yeah, man, I think when I hit the scene, it was, we kind of came out of the box with Hicktown, which was a, big up-tempo banger. And, to me, it was something that I was kind of conscious of from the beginning. That's why we released, Wise, the second single, kind of a slower ballad, and then Amarillo Sky. I love those big up-tempo songs, but I've always loved the ballads too, and so I feel like over the last few years we've, we found some ballads, recorded some things that were just really big songs, from You Make It Easy and Got What I Got and some of these things. And so it's hard to not record those things and put them out when you feel like they're such great songs. So I've always kind of been open to it. I've always kind of been, aware of the fact that I never wanted to paint myself into a corner like that. And two, when you're in the business this long, you if you keep doing the same thing, it's going to get old after a while. So you gotta bounce it out and change it up every now and then. And so I feel like that's kind of been something that's probably happened more a little later in my career now. But I love it. I love singing those songs on stage, and it's kind of helped to balance it all out, like you said.
Kristen Hall with AP. I want to ask about the performance tonight because I feel like you and Carrie really Vegased it up. I mean, with her coming down and you at the piano, tell me what your thoughts were for that performance.
I was scared for her, actually. When we came to rehearsals, I was like, I knew she was coming from the ceiling, but I was like, where is she sitting? And then they showed me this little bitty seat, and I'm like, oh, man. So I went to her. I'm like, man, I'm glad you're doing this and not me, because I would have tapped out. So she's a trooper for sure. But, definitely we've done this song now a few times at some different award shows and, trying to find ways to change it up a little bit and do something we haven't done. And so that was kind of the idea. And so it worked out good. It looked like, like I said, a little bit of a Vegas show. But I was nervous the whole time until she got on the ground. I was like, all right, we're good. But it was fun.
Stephen from ABC. We know now that Carrie was the surprise.
Yeah.
You've had such a great track record with male-female duets with Carrie and Miranda and Kelly. Is there any desire in you to continue that string with either one of them and do a George and Tammy thing? Do you feel that chemistry with any of them?
I feel like I've had chemistry with all of them, as far as vocal, in the studio, vocal-wise. But, I think for me, it kind of depends on the song. It kind of depends on the song and sort of what voice I hear. With Drowns of Whiskey, Miranda was kind of a no-brainer. For me, it was a little more on the country side. And Don't You Want to Stay? And now this one, a little bit more on the pop side. So, kind of felt like we needed a big vocalist for those. And at the time, Kelly was the one that I kind of heard on that song. Carrie was the one for this one. So I don't know, man. I love working with all of them, and I love working with other artists in general. But obviously, we've had some big success with those three in particular, and so I'm definitely down to do it again. I don't want to reach the point where we do it too much, but if something comes up, we feel like it's the right song, I would definitely reach out to them again for sure.
Jason John Katzlamidas with the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
All right.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We've seen you perform a couple of times here in Las Vegas since Route 91. And I'm just wondering how you feel about now about being part of our city's history, and if you've resolved your relationship with Las Vegas in relation to that event.
Yeah, it's not quite the way I wanted to be attached to the city by any means, but I do feel a special connection to the city and more so since Route 91. But, I enjoy coming back here, man. I always had a great time being here. Some of the highlights of my career happened in this town at this particular show. So I have a lot of great memories from here. I always enjoy coming back, with the exception of the one time. It's always been great. So, I think for me, it's something that obviously we think about a lot and probably always will. But I feel like for me personally, I'm kind of at peace with everything and just try to move on and make the best of a bad situation and that's kind of all you can do, I feel like.
Great. We got one question from our virtual press room. Dan Van from Albright O'Malley Brenner Country Music.
Jason, congrats on this award. Well deserved.
Thank you, man.
The question is when it comes to touring, you're going to be going out with Gabby Barrett this coming year. Is your thought process that when you pick somebody to go out on tour with you, that maybe there's a possibility that you could maybe do something with them in the future? Because you do a lot of duets with a lot of the people that you work with.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gabby's super talented. I mean, I think she's one of the, best female singers we got that's sort of coming up right now. And so I'm just kind of a fan of what she, what I heard of hers, and I wanted to try and get her locked up for the tour, which we were able to do. And, I don't know. There's no plans as of right now. Yeah, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. I mean, to me, I kind of let the song steer the ship a little bit. It's if we find a song that I feel like would work for her and that, I feel like she would do something that I felt like was something specifically for her, I would absolutely love to work with her at some point. I'm always kind of open to that with anybody, whether it be males or female acts. So I don't know, it's not why we brought her out there. I'm a fan of what she does and wanted to bring her out on the road with us. But, I'm like I said, I'm open to all that stuff always.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.